So number one is composure, and composure is a big thing, whether it's mid-game, late game, or even the start of the game. A lot of people get bullshitted. You can take it as that way. Like, let's say you get warriored and they start raging. That's a really bad thing. No matter if it's online or LAN, you always want to keep composed, especially if you're playing a 10-minute long game, and let's say you get warriored and at the start, and this kills your move, it kills your vibe, and you guys are down, and you never want that to happen. You always want to be composed, you always want to be ready, always want to be on, like, focused and ready to win. When you lose your composure, it makes you usually play worse, and it makes you guys, it makes your team play worse, because you're not you, basically, you're not you. You could be doing so much better, you could be having such a better attitude, better everything, and due to you being, you know, raging and getting mad and frustrating and panicking and all these stuff, it makes everything worse for you and your team, and you could be doing so much more. Like I said, when it comes to composure, you know, you always want to stay composed. You never want to, like, let's say you're down 40 points and it goes to the second side of Dom. You don't want to be like, oh, we're not gonna win this, and you start like slacking. You know, you feel like you're not gonna win. It's impossible. You more want to have like a positive attitude. Be like, we can win this. You know, I have a chance. It's not over yet. Let's go, team. You know, get your team hyped, get ready, get focused, and just try your best to win. That type of mindset in game is gonna help you play better as a player, and it's gonna help your team play better, and it's gonna give positive vibes and positive attitudes throughout your team, and that's gonna help your team perform better. Alright guys, the next thing, number 2, I want to talk to you guys about is decision making. And when I mean decision making, I mean fast decision making. When you're playing Call of Duty, you know, a million things are happening at the same time. Of course, I'm exaggerating, but a lot of things happen at the same time, and you have to decide what to do next and what's the best possible move and how do I play my next move right. So, for example, I guess I use this gameplay. They're hopping B, as I can tell, because we have no map control. So the thing I decided to do is obviously charge B and try to kill them off B, no matter where the other people are. And that's just a basic example. Another example I could say, they just capped B, so now I want to slay them off the flag because they're all nearby, and then rehop it. And that's just an example. You know, what's gonna make a huge difference within the way you play and make you play better is depending how fast you react to things. So let's say you know you want to do your next move already, and you have to react faster. Like, let's say you want to push this, you don't hesitate, you don't look back, you don't think should I push it, you just sprint, you do it. You charge the area, you do what you have to do next. That's gonna help you. If you can decide really fast what to do next and how to play the map better, it's gonna help you. It's gonna help you in general, you know, just win the map. People double teaming me too much. So for example, like I used, let's say I'm clutching a 1v3. You know, time is a really big thing, and especially in search and destroy, and you have to react really fast to your next move, and you have to just analyze, let's say the area, analyze, alright, I have a teammate dead, he was last here, and you have to do this all really fast. And people who do it at a slow rate, a slow pace, if they do it really slow, you know, they're gonna have a lower chance of clutching or dominating or whatever it is than a player who has good map awareness, analyzes everything really fast, and goes, okay, I have to hit this, okay, I have to do this next. And that's gonna be a huge difference within an amateur player and a pro player. You know, I'm not saying this because amateur players obviously are good as well, but a lot of pro players react to stuff really fast, and that's what makes them a lot better. For example, just any situation they know what to do next, and some players play differently compared to others, and that's why they shine more compared to like a player just playing the game how it should be playing an average, than a player, you know, thinking really smart, what can be my next move, and outplaying their opponents really well. So that's a really big thing in Call of Duty, you know, decision making and doing it at a really fast rate. My best tip to you guys can be basically, when you're playing Call of Duty and you want to know what's your next move, make sure that whatever you're going to do next, it's a smart, and it's going to help your team, or it's going to help you win the map. For example, make sure your next move, you know, think really well. Is it good? Is it smart? Is it going to help me win? Is it the best move I can do, possibly do? You basically want to break down, analyze at a fast rate what's your next move. And, you know, obviously when you're playing Call of Duty, it's pretty simple. A lot of people with no brains and chicken heads can play this game. It's all about running around and some gun skill here and there. But there's more to it in this game. Like, you see, I can outgun people. You know, the guns are pretty same equally, especially with a Vector. It's pretty stupid.
No.
But for the most part, oh, I got this guy. But for the most part, you want to be fast. You want to react fast. Those little things that I'm telling you guys right now, I promise you, it's going to be a huge difference. My best, like I say, it's the same. Like I just said, the best advice I can give you guys is when it comes to decision making, just make sure you do it fast. Make sure it's a smart decision. Like I said, analyze the situation really fast. Whatever. Like let's say we're getting 3 cap. I see my team is all pushing C, and they killed them at B. So I'm gonna go over here and help them cap B, and hopefully my teammates will watch the cutoff, and then from here we can attack the home flag. And obviously it's not a team game because I'm playing clan v clan, but basically this is what it is. You know, you have to decide and react fast to the next move. All right, let's say we're all hitting C now. Let's all go C. We get C when you have a player defending B. And it's just like all that, obviously it's going through your head, you know, you really have to say all those things. But that's what Call of Duty is all about. Making sure you do the right moves and at the right time. Alright guys, for our last tip, how do you improve your mindset in-game, will be being a step ahead of your opponent. Always be one step ahead, and it's mainly, I guess it's really in search and destroy. But when it comes to just being a step of your opponent, whether it's you being a step ahead of the team, of their team, or your opponent, it's really gonna work. For example, if you're in a 1v1 situation, you know, 1v1 situations, it can be about timing, it can be about luck, but those don't really, especially in a 1v1, it's mainly about, you know, outsmarting your opponent and outplaying them. That's really where it comes down to. Because you can have some luck, you can have some timing, yeah, that does play a factor, but not as huge factor as outsmarting your opponent and outplaying them. So, like, you know, you always want to be a step ahead of your opponent. And, for example, you can be in a gunfight, your team can be down, let's say down 2 flags, and you're trying to get a 2 cap back. And you just want to be a step ahead, you know, let's say kill the guy green, flank their spawn, get on their home flag, or try to sneak behind them, kill the guy in the back, and then hop their home flag. You always want to do something different, something that you know is going to work, something that they won't expect. It's basically what I'm saying. Like, for example, in chess, when you're playing your opponent, you know, you always want to be a step ahead. You want to know that what your next move is going to do, it's going to work. And no matter what happens, that next move will be effective. And basically, that's what it's all about, being a step ahead. And it helps me a lot, you know, mid-game, in-game. Let's say I'm in a 1v1 or I'm 1v2 or I'm flanking, or a lot of my plays are based on, I try to do the best play possible. And sometimes, yeah, I might overthink it, and that's a bad habit. But sometimes, usually when I do a sick play or I get like a 3-piece on a home flag, it's usually me just thinking the whole, you know, going through the game real quick, analyzing, breaking it down, and being like, okay, if I do this, I should have the kills and it should work, and then I just do it. And if it goes in my favor, it goes in my favor. You know, this is Call of Duty. Nothing's perfect. Nothing is always going to be in your favor. It has some luck and shit. So you just got to do what you believe in, and you got to be confident with it. Like I said, always be a step ahead of your opponent. You know, it's basically like, for example, like a chess game. You know, it's a 1v1, but instead you could have 1v1 gunfights. You can have 1v2 gunfights. You can have a team, you know, you're playing against a team as well, especially in respawn. And it's a lot about just being a step ahead. And I know it's kind of difficult to understand. I mean, it's not difficult to understand, but to like kind of do. But you just got to think of it that way when you're playing, let's say, respawn. And, you know, it is about running and gunning and all that stuff and pushing their side. But just those little tips, I'm helping you guys right now. I'm helping you guys improve your mindset in game and how you can play better. It's not only about gun skill. It's not only about running around. I'm trying to improve your mindset. You know, I'm trying to show you guys what can really help you play better in game and outplay your opponents and outsmarting your opponents. Because it's more than that and just in game. And a lot of people understand that already. Even though this game is kind of a headless game, so you can't really outsmart your opponents as much, but still pretty effective. Woo! So let's make sure you guys do that. Like, for example, another way outsmarting, outplaying your opponent is pre-firing. Like, that's a good example. That's being a step ahead of your opponent. You know he's coming there, or you know he's gonna peek out again, and you pre-fire that, and you pre-fire the area he's gonna come back, and that's a way of outplaying and outsmarting and being a step ahead of your opponent because you knew he was gonna push that, and that pre-fire just got you to kill. So that's another good example I can give you guys. So I hope you guys liked the video. I just wanted to, improve your guys' mindset. I did how to improve your aim, and I decided why not, do something a little different. Nobody ever really talks about these things, and these things are huge factors. Number one, keeping composure. Number two, being quick and decisive, making sure your decisions are on point and being smart about them. And just being really quick about it. You always got to be confident what you're going to do next. If you said, I'm hitting B, I'm hitting B. You do it fast. You don't hesitate. Because that hesitation can lose you a point in dom. And that point could have, let's say if you lose 155 or you tie, or you lose 155 to 156, that point, if you would have been a little faster, you would have hopped on the flag faster. And you would have got that point faster. So just little things like that. And number three, outsmarting your opponent, outplaying your opponent. Or like I said, being a step ahead of them. Which can, think about it as a chess game. You're playing a 1v1 and you always want to know what they're going to do next to outplay them. That's basically how chess is played. You always want to be ahead of your opponent. They chess play like 5 steps ahead, but I'm just saying 1 step ahead. And a good example I gave was pre-firing. You're pre-firing the area, and that's basically outplaying them. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Leave a like. I really appreciate when you guys leave a like. And these tips I'm giving you guys can be for Call of Duty and any other game, to be honest. I'm mainly talking about Call of Duty here, but you can use it for any game. And when I mean any game, I literally mean any game, whether it's Pokemon, League of Legends, whatever it is, anything. And these tips can be used for any Call of Duty as well. So you can really think about these things for Advanced Warfare. If you are an amateur player, these tips will really help you move forward and getting that extra boost to becoming a pro player. So just make sure you get these things, remember these things, and make sure you put them inside your game. And the number one I can always tell you is keep composure. I don't care if your teammates are being idiots like Sensor yelling it for no reason or something like that, or if they're bitching. That's something you do not want to have on the team. You want to always keep composure, especially if you're losing by like 30, 20 points. The best thing you can do is just stay quiet, keep calling out, keep playing, and you have a higher chance of making a comeback like that rather than bitching, arguing, and fighting mid-game. That's going to take you nowhere. So remember, guys, keep composure, be quick and decisive, and be smart about it, and always be a step ahead of your opponent. I'm Apathy, and I love you guys, and I'm out.
Excellent job, team.